and I never read the Bible through and through. If you ever feel like reading the Bible, it reads just like a book, just from, you know, you can kind of skip through, like, just kind of speed read through the genealogy stuff, read through the, I don't know, the setting up the tabernacle. I mean, it's important. There's good stuff. It's good advice if you ever want to set up a tabernacle. That's the best way to set up a tabernacle. Just get it from the Bible. Or if you want to, I don't know, have a long genealogy of business people, read the Bible. It's in the Bible, but it reads like a book. It's the greatest story ever told. So I had to get right with God. You know, I knew something was weird. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. I didn't know. I couldn't, figure it out. It was just weird. It was just weird and scary. So it didn't take me long to figure out. It took me about a week to find everything about this guy, where he lives, his whole life story, so I can go into just an immense amount of details about this guy. And he is JonBenét Ramsey's killer, and he is still at large. And so let's start from there, I guess, because like I said, there's like weird things, weird intersections of my life, like, just that I can't explain. It's just surreal. Like, you would have to be me to just kind of make the dots connect, because it's just weird. It's like 20 years of just I don't know how to explain all that weird stuff, but it does factor into just like things that people are smart, man. People are really smart. And this dude thinks he's so fucking smart, dude. He's the smartest person, but he's not. And everybody hates him. And the jig is up, and he's a loser. He lost. He lost at his own fucking jack off game. Well, so that's it. The jig is up. Everything about this guy, like, my uncle worked at Lockheed. Came down from Missouri to work at Lockheed. The guy used to work at Access Graphics. His name's Dale Bennet. Oh yeah, here's another thing for me. I gotta be careful what I say about this guy, because I don't want to botch up any investigation or court case that's building on this guy. Because I've talked to detectives, I talked to FBI, and again, I gotta be careful with the details and stuff, because there's a lot of details. And man, my nose is really stopped up. So where did I leave off? The guy, his name's Dale Bennet. He used to work under JBRamsey. There was a guy on a YouTube video when I was doing some of my little research things. It took me about a week to find everything about this guy. This guy had this theory about how JonBenét Ramsey's killer was imitating the Twin Peaks plot, which is an owner of a motel in Colorado has the owner's wife has an affair with somebody. You don't know until season 2, episode 5, who that somebody is, but it's pointing a lot towards a younger guy that's the affair or whatever. I didn't watch too much of Twin Peaks, but he was right. The guy, okay, so Dale Bennet was having an affair with Pat Ramsey, and you can find this in a confession at some point in time in Dale Bennett's life. He'd been having real bad money problems. He got real butthurt about the Podestas were selling artwork for ridiculous amounts of money as a grift for whatever they were doing. And someone had sold John Benet Ramsey's swing set for a ridiculous amount of money on eBay, and he was, like murderers have those mementos that they keep for a really long time, and he felt entitled to it. He felt entitled to that money, and so he wrote a book called 222. Two is too young to die, and it gets really complicated because the dude's fucking psycho. He's got this 222. Two is too young to die, which is his cult. It spawned another 764 cult in Stephenville, Texas, which he was the Stephenville murders were. They were also playing Counter-Strike because they were teenagers, and Dale's a 60-year-old mental teenager. He's not very good at chess, obviously. But yeah, that's one of his big themes, is that there was a checkered board floor in the Ramsey's house, and he goes on about chess and this and the Illuminati, and this is a big game of his creation or whatever. Well, it's not. He's a loser. He played the game and lost. And so, he was having an affair with this, John Ramsey's wife. Well, at some point in the confession, if you read along in the confession, he's, well, let me start with some preliminary things. He was molested by his father. His parents were fleeing Romania, some communist country, and went to like Illinois or something. Spare me on these details, they might not be 100%. But they were fleeing some communist country. His dad molested him. He molested somebody whenever he was 18 or 19. Had to go to court for it. His mom felt sorry and pleaded to the courts for leniency, and the courts granted leniency. And instead of locking him up, they sent him to Elon Military School. I can post all this stuff. You can find it. It's all across the internet. But she succeeded in bailing him out, getting him out of prison time. Like I said, his dad molested him. He's a real fucked up cat. Whoa, where am I going? All right. And so we're at 20 minutes already. We got a lot to go. So, he molested some. I think he was. Like I said, spare me the details, but he wrote this manifesto, and if you go by the manifesto, he was having an affair with Pat Ramsey. He calls her a patsy. He thinks he's funny too. He's not. There ain't nothing funny about this shit. They were watching that Twin Peaks thing, and if you ever been to Colorado, you drive up 287, and it's kind of weird, it's kind of like you're in a ghost town. You get to Denver, you get up to Denver before you get to Denver, and it's just a weird, bizarre, kind of stretch of highway. Like, they built all these houses, and it's just like you're out in the middle of nowhere. They built all these houses, and you're kind of it's just you and a handful of people, and you get to Denver. Denver's all right, Denver's a bustling city, but then you get outside of Denver, you're heading towards Cheyenne, and it's middle of nowhere. There might be one more stretch of houses on the highway, where I guess some people like that, but he didn't have a choice to be out, in the middle of nowhere, and he's fucking crazy. So, he says in his manifesto that he was having an affair with this Pat Ramsey. Pat Ramsey was obviously crazy too. She was into soap operas or whatever, watching that Twin Peaks and just imitating it with him. And he says in the manifesto that she gave him a wink. He was raping the girl, and she gave him, they were kind of, I don't know, like kind of getting to the like getting to the point where like Pat Ramsey had to confront Dale about the daughter, and she didn't know what to do. She couldn't tell John about the daughter, so he says she gave him a wink, and that was his cue to murder her. I don't know. He's playing some game in his head, but that happened, and he murdered her, and he had her write out the confession letter because he knew he was working like right underneath John Ramsey, and he knew exactly how much money Pat didn't know how much money John Ramsey was making. He knew exactly how much money this bonus was that they had made. Like you can go online and find, there's like a coin where they made like $1 million working with Lockheed Martin to make a quote unquote Google Earth for Lockheed Martin. They were contracted. Access Graphics, John Ramsey's company, was making a Google Earth for Lockheed Martin, and they made $1 million. And this was this bonus that the dude felt like he was entitled to. He thought that he was super computer wizard, and he was entitled to this bonus. So he had Pat Ramsey write out the what do you call it? Write out the letter. Write out the what's those letters called? The extortion letter. The racket. What is the letter called? He had Pat Ramsey write out. Gosh, it's the letter.